Buying land in the Caribbean sounds like a dream until you realize your beachfront paradise is actually a mosquito-infested swamp. And the realtor just boarded a flight to Fiji. Today, I'm talking about how to buy Caribbean land without losing your life savings or your sanity. But for the record, I'm no professional. This video is just for entertainment purposes only. Let's get back. Now let's be real. Everyone wants a slice of Caribbean heaven. But between shady realtors, missing land titles, and properties that vanish at high tide, it's a minefield. But don't worry, many have survived this rodeo. And I'm here to make sure you don't end up owning a coconut tree and nothing else. Well, here's the kicker. Even locals get scammed. From phantom properties to bribes disguised as processing fees, the Caribbean land market is wilder than a goat on Red Bull. Are you ready to learn the secrets? Alright, let's dive in. Now, this might sound really weird, but the first rule of Caribbean land buying: always check the tides. That beachfront lot might be underwater half the day. I once met a guy who bought prime real estate, only to realize it was a coral reef. His neighbors, angry lobsters. How to avoid it? Visit the land at high tide, low tide, and during a full moon. And if you see fish, run. Ever heard of a phantom property? It's a land that exists only on paper or in the realtor's imagination. You will show up to your lot only finding a farmer, a forest, and a very confused goat. Pro tip: if the realtor say it's over there, you're being scammed. So always demand a land survey with GPS coordinates. And if the surveyor shows up on a donkey, red flag.
Bought a piece of land in the Amboseli area many years ago. A year later, we went through the due process to subdivide this piece of land, and we marketed it for sale. One of the buyers who was paying us for a piece that we had subdivided engaged a very strong legal team that went through their due diligence very strictly. And one of the things that came up, to our surprise, was that there was a fraud case involved with that particular property. The buyer called me frantically, wondering, what are you trying to do to me? My lawyers say that we can't buy this property because the CID case pending. And I quickly drove down to Kajiado to speak to the registrar, who then explained to us that 2 weeks prior, someone presented an original title deed for our property that they were selling to someone else. And so upon going through the process of registration, they found our titles in their files, and that quickly raised a red flag, and they shut down the file and closed the transaction.
Oh my. Imagine buying land, then meeting your neighbor who bought the same lot. Double selling is as common as rain in hurricane season. How? Corrupt officials, loose records, and suddenly your dream home has a roommate. But the fix for this? Hire a local lawyer to verify the title at the land registry. Yes, I know it costs extra, but you can't skip it unless you enjoy courtroom drama. Now, if a realtor says, let's keep this off the books, cash only, grab your wallet and run. The thing is, my friend, cash deals are untraceable and your investment will vanish faster than a tourist sunscreen. I would never want this for you, but just imagine the realtor running away with your stack of money while you're there standing and screaming, "Come back with my life savings." Always use traceable payments, and if they insist on cash, offer monopoly money. Same level of trust. The mystery fees. Suddenly, we're paying for land breeze permits. It's just a bureaucracy funding their rum habit. Imagine a government worker sipping a cocktail which is labeled paid by you. You don't want that. The solution? Research official fees beforehand. If someone asks for cash to speed things up, say, "I'll wait." And then wait forever.
The only piece of house and land nobody does fight for is your coffin, which is your house, and the piece of land you bury in the cemetery. Nobody do fight for that, because you know why? Nobody want to claim that. Nobody want to go there and live. They are filing no legal documents for that. But every other house and land out here, they want to fight, they want to cuss, they want to put people in court for things that they didn't even work for. But nobody want to go and file legal document for that piece of house and land. They're afraid that piece of house and land. Right? But 20 years later, somebody else will go and claim that piece. in the cemetery because that's how life is. So, you're fighting. But where you will end up? Where you ending up with it?
Oh my word. In the Caribbean, land often stays in families for generations. Cause when Uncle Joe sells you his share, he might forget he has 12 cousins who also own it. Now you're in a family feud worse than Thanksgiving. I mean, I don't want to be over dramatic, but it's true. Imagine being surrounded by 12 angry relatives waving machetes. I don't want that for you. So how to fix this? Get a clear title with all the heirs signing off. Everybody. So if the family reunion turns into a courtroom, you're covered. Some realtors promise to build you your dream home, then runs off with your deposit. Then you're left with a half-built shack and a family of mongoose. So, always hire your own contractor. And if the realtor says, my cousin does great work, assume great work means paint and pray. Buying land in the Caribbean is not impossible. It just requires patience, research, and a healthy distrust of everyone. Follow these steps and you'll own a slice of paradise without the nightmares. And hey, if all else fails, just buy a hammock and call it a day. I mean, imagine lounging in a hammock, sipping coconut water. That's not too bad. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever been scammed or almost scammed buying land? Share your horror stories in the comments. Let's name and shame. And if you found this really helpful, don't forget to hit that like button. It helps a lot. And subscribe if you wish to. And hit the bell for more survival guide. And remember, it's not just the destination, it's the journey. Stay locked in. God bless you.